We thought the hard part was refurbishing our Freedom Hauler tote so we could back up a smart car behind the motorhome. But on this trip, the RV had other surprises waiting for us. We're Dave and Karen from Watts on Wheels. We roll, we camp, and yeah, we play. If you saw our previous video on the tote rebuild, you know we used to tow a smart car behind our fifth wheel. And yes, we really could back it up. Now that we're traveling in the Renegade Explorer, we wanted that same capability. Dave re-engineered our original Freedom Hauler tote to work with the motorhome, and our Shakedown run looked great. Everything was straight, tight, and working perfectly, which was good news because we were headed to Mobile, Alabama to pick up our new to us Smart Car Cabriolet. If you caught our last video, you know we had a welder hinge our 4 6-foot ramps together so they'd fold out to two 12-footers. Thankfully, they were ready just in time for our Smart Car pickup trip.
And there's the hinge pin they put in, and that's the plate they welded on it with the big hinge. And this is where the ramps ride when they fold it up, right on the back there. And then I got a big hook and bar to secure them. See, that's where it hooks up to the D-ring. And then a piece of angle iron on there that I drilled out. Run my fancy bolt that I made, and that's how they ride. All bolted down tight, and they don't go anywhere.
Before we headed to Mobile to pick up the new to us Smart Car, we wanted to make sure that the tote was working exactly the way it should after Dave converted it for the motorhome in a previous video. So first we pulled it out of the garage and did a quick function test. First order of business, back it out of the garage without taking out a wall or a mirror or a marriage. Good news, all three survived. Next we tested out our newly welded folding ramps to make sure everything lined up the way it should with our current Smart Car. Up the ramp, no drama, unless you count me holding my breath the whole time. Everything stayed solid, no flexing, no shifting, and the tote tracked perfectly when we backed up, drove down the road, and even took a few turns just to make sure nothing looked unhappy or was trying to escape. If you're new to the Freedom Hauler setup, here's a quick version. The platform has its own suspension and wheels, so there's very little tongue weight on the RV. That means you can actually back up with the car in tow, which feels a little bit like cheating, but we're not complaining. I asked Dave if he saw any cracks or concerns, and he said no, which coming from Dave is pretty much a glowing review. That gave us the confidence we needed to start the trip to Mobile, Alabama. Here you can see us unloading the Smart Car. Everything worked exactly the way it should, and the tote passed its test. So we were off to our mid-stop campground with confidence. We stayed at the same campground on the way down and on the way back, and that's where we spotted something we absolutely didn't expect. We just drove 5 hours from Georgia down into Alabama with our tote that Dave welded together. Dave noticed something. What'd you notice?
The hitch shows a little bit of bow on these steel plates on the side.
And you don't even have weight on here yet.
No. And so the way this hitch works, I mean, it doesn't pivot. The wheels underneath it pivot.
Yeah.
So the stress of moving this thing back and forth, I figured this hitch could take it.
Yeah.
Obviously not.
Well, the welds are good. It's just the material's bulging out here.
The welds are still holding.
So,
Plus I have the Class 8 bolt put through it all.
which is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we are sitting in a Walmart near Mobile, Alabama, and we just picked up the Cabriolet. What you doing now, Dave?
The receiver of the hitch was starting to get a little spread in it, a little bulge. So, and that's from the trailer as it's pivoting, putting torque on it. So it's time for hitch redemption. So what I'm going to do is, if you see over here on this side of the hitch, I'm adding a strut from this bar back to the hitch frame. And so that'll give me a wider stance for the hitch and way less torque being put on this.
Are you going to do one on this side too?
Yep, I'm going to do one over here. There's the bottom of the frame on the hitch right here. And I'm going to just bore a hole here, bore a hole there, and have that strut go all the way out to there. One on both sides.
So that should get rid of that play in
Yeah.
the receiver, although there was like next to nothing in
Yeah,
there.
this thing will be solid as a rock.
Now, are you going to have to weld?
No, it's all drill and bolt.
Lucky you!
No welding. All right.
You got new gloves. Look at you being all safe and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You got glasses too?
I got safety glasses, but I'm going to wear them on my head.
Protect your head.
Protect. Look at it.
Yeah, let's see.
Got a divot up there.
Yeah, that's a couple days old too.
Yeah. All right, so this is the pipe that's going to bolt, or the piece of steel that's going to bolt into the hitch on the side, and I'm going to drill 2 holes, and I got them marked. I'm using my mag drill. My drill press doesn't have enough oomph to do it. I'm working with broken clamps. There's no foot on it. Look at that.
So you got those 2 on there. Do you got to do 2 on this end, or what do you got to do?
Just one. First, I'm going to bolt this all up into the frame on the hitch, just so I know exactly where that's got to go. All right.
Spin it?
Yeah. Put that right there.
This is interesting.
All right. So we take this.
So you're marking the frame.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Oh, bummer.
What? Exhaust pipe in the way?
Yep. Let's take this off. It's gonna be a major pain. All right, we're out of here. This exhaust pipe's gotta go momentarily. That's no good. Have to undo the exhaust. Half inch. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the cross member on that hitch is huge.
Well, it's only 20,000 pounds, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. There she goes. Now we come back with the big guns. I love it when a good plan comes together.
You're not done yet. Wrong kind of beer, Dave.
Power tools.
Oh, that's right. The good stuff's after the use of power tools.
Power tools. All right.
Boy, Dave, you're just like a little ballerina.
I am, aren't I? Come on. They got to be wallered a little bit.
Is Wallard a real word?
I haven't a clue.
Oh. And there's your wallering.
That's a waller.
Waller, waller.
Waller, waller, pants on fire. pre-wallered it.
You pre-wallered it?
Yeah. There we go. All right.
X marks the spot.
It's called a mag drill. There's a big electromagnet in the bottom of it. See, you put it on there, you can't move it.
Okay, so you were able to drill through the other one as well?
Not all the way through it. I'll have to take that off and finish it up. But it gives me a location.
So after all that work putting them on, you got to take them back off again.
Yeah.
So we can finish drilling the other ones.
Life is fair. All right.
One down. Aren't you glad you didn't have a dozen of these to do?
Oh.
Does this little bit of metal sticking out matter? No. Is he cutting it off anyway? Absolutely. Well, now you got to put them back together again. Now you got to spray paint that black again. Got it all scratched up.
Oh yeah, guess I should have done that before I did this.
You're getting slower and slower getting down there, you know.
You know it.
You gonna take a nap now?
If you weren't here, it'd be snoring already. Moments away from success.
Well, you like jinxing yourself, don't you?
I do. I live on the edge, baby. Success!
So let's take a look here.
Take a look, take a look. Are you looking? Are you looking?
So we got 1, 2, 3
Points of connection.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
It's all bolted in by grade 8 bolts.
And I would definitely say that is an extension.
That is an extension.
Now,
Yes,
if you
it
have to remove the tote for
Yes.
any reason, how do you do that?
Take this bolt off and take that bolt off over there.
So Dave, the magical question, how many beers for this project?
What time is it? 3 o'clock. I'm thinking 28. Plus, you're sitting here filming me. I should be putting in another 5 or 6 at least.
No. You need to share because I had to be here this whole time to video you because you can't do it on
Well,
your
then
own.
go have a shot. I don't care.
I just might do that.
Yeah, you better.
But I tell you what, I'm gonna go. I'm not even gonna argue with you this time. I would say 24, just to make it a easy case to pull out of the store.
I take that back. 20. It's
no.
32 now. I suffered an injury.
That's because you won't wear a hat. So I'm gonna let you have the 28. I prefer 24, but I'll give you the 28. I'll give you the extra 4 for the war wound that you got. But I heard you getting up and down a couple dozen times, and you had that over 60s grunt every time. And I know it ain't getting no easier. So yeah, it's not a problem. That, and you can go in the hot tub.
There you go. All right, so we're 30, what, 32?
28 and a hot tub.
32 in a hot tub.
See you later.
Thanks for rolling with Wax on Wheels. Want to help our channel grow? Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell, or we'll come Jeep chasing ya. Hey, and leave us a comment. Even a quick hello makes our day. So roll, camp, play, and maybe fix something, and have a beer.